The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Here we go. 87. Check. 2-jet.
From midfield, here's Wentz. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 46. 20. J.J. Arthega right side, the intended receiver. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
57. Check.
On first down, it's Grant. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Here's Wilson. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever. There it results in a touchdown. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. A nice run on first down gets him 6 yards to the 31. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down. From the 31, Wentz, man open, it's J.J. Arthega-Whiteside. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
It's a gain of 6. First down, Philadelphia.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Two-jet bomber. Whip. Watch the whip. Check 99. Go, Mike. Black. Come on.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter. 14-7. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. J.J. Arthega-Whiteside, the intended receiver, and it'll bring up 3rd down. I hate to sound really negative, but at this point, an incomplete pass, almost a moral victory that it's not picked off.
Well, you may hate to sound negative, but that was negative.
It was very negative, I know. But all these first-half interceptions, it's been tough to watch.
Yeah, couldn't find a silver lining in this one. Much more like lead.
Now Wentz on third down. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's fourth down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go up and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
11 yards there and a first down for Seattle. Well, CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
Check down, 4 down, 4 down. 12.
On second and 12, Wilson, they'll rifle this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
A pretty rocky start in this game for the guy throwing the ball. Already has thrown one interception. Almost threw a second one right there. All he's doing right now is giving the defense a whole lot of confidence.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Hey, check Mike 57. Mike.
From the gun, it's Wilson. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly. And all the way down to the 39. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for first and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. Still on his feet. Rolling to his right. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Now the Seahawks forced to use their third and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1.
First and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Ready. Front left. We're getting some penetration. 57's the mic. Front that. Bring it. Hey, 0. 57's the mic. Watch 57.
From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. Buying time to his left. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there. And now it's second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Here I come. Check hot route. Gotta go, in and out. Let's go. Switch. Wait, alert.
Second and 10 now. Wilson steps away to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
He's taken out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here.
Good job right there. 57's Mike. 57. Target. 57's the Mike. 57's the Mike. You go. Rush in. 12.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson, escaping the pressure right. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. The run on first down gets him a couple up to the 27. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because...
And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
He's crashing. He's checking crash. They kill it. They force kill.
On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. He's got the hook up here to Deshaun Jackson. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. That's going to set him back 5 yards. Here's Sam Martin now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline.
Screen 80. Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
They'll run on first down. Grant gets a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
I smell fear in that offense. I smell fear in that offense.
Here's Carson. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
Good job right there. All day, guys. Good luck for singing. Hey, you got 3. Go over. Mike's 57. 57's right. Come on, baby. Come on, left. Right.
Operating from the gun. Wilson. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They run the counter. Carson. And not a lot of daylight. Not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up second down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They run again with Carson. And he's got room. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. It's a gain of 15, first down Seahawks.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage is coming through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Hey, they're scared. Check safe. Watch the ship.
Now Wilson on first down. Flush to his right. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Mike's 57. 57's Mike. Let's go. 57. 57. You can't block me. You gun. Check Mike 57. Mike 57. One left. I'm about to take you to school. 57's Mike. Mike 57. Here we go.
Wilson throwing again. Eluding the pressure right. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. DK Metcalf. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. Yeah, the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, the second half, no matter what, whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever, this was a big score to start the second half.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And it's now 21-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
The Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
Tighten up. Pull it together.
Wentz now to throw. Open man is Arcega-Whiteside. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A gain of 32 that time.
First down, Eagles.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Here we go again. Watch that. Shift. You go tight. You got tight right there.
Working from the gun. Wentz. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, they really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now Wentz again. And that's complete to Jeffrey. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. 39 yards there, a big one. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well and get a few stops.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Robbie Anderson, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. Elliott good on the extra point, and they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And that one carries out of the side of the end zone here, so it's a touchback and bring it out to the 25. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn into a play action, and throw one deep.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
380. Got it. You want this? Check 31. Check 31. Check 3. Check 3. Deeper. He's coming. We got double up.
On 2nd and 9, Wilson. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield.
That's what I'm talking about.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here.
Watch 57. Good going. 4 down. Let's put that team on the punch. Showing it.
From the shotgun, Wilson flushed out right. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them, because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. A good start to the drive here as that's caught out on the left side. It's a gain of 13 and a 1st down for Philadelphia. Wentz now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Wentz. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down.
That's what. 82. Double up. He's coming, double up. Hey, Foxtrot.
Wentz. And he's going to go down again. Michael Kendricks. He's the one that drops him this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack.
Watch safety creeping. 54, right there. 54, Mike.
Throwing now is Wentz. Catch is made by Arcega-Whiteside. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th. The Eagles indeed snap it. Wentz. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 48. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
It's a gain of 34. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Chris Carson, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the interception by the Seahawks D leads to a touchdown. Myers connects on the PAT, and the lead now up to 14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told, as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw it? And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Shaquille Griffin with a pick, and they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Line 90. 57. Right here. Tight, watch left. Tight, watch left. Hey, 0. Friday. Off. Check Mike 57. I'm on. Check three. Watch the twist.
After the interception, here's Wilson. Forced out to his left. He's going to take a shot right. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. The extra point now coming from Myers.